Crowd of people, you have to be like, there's have to be that one guy that's like, oh yeah, I just want all that shit.
And then when he picks like the last straw, he's like, oh man, like looks like I gotta go after all you guys. But in reality,
I just gotta share this after 9 guys. I don't know, mate.
I've always wondered
but the stat holds up.
Fair in that situation.
No, I'm not a part of that. Mom, if you're watching, I do not concur.
You have never done.
Mom, if you're watching, my friend started talking about inappropriate things, and I have nothing.
Yeah,
to do with
but
it.
I'm gonna knock a lot of things without trying them.
Oh, then you're closed-minded.
That'll be the next topic we talk about. A bunch of things we can knock without trying, like meth. I definitely wouldn't like meth.
See, the thing about drugs like heroin and shit, it's like obviously you're never gonna do them and they're terrible, but there's always the thing in the back of your mind, like wondering what all the hype's about. You're like, you know.
Right. So like to me, the level. There's a scale. It's like the level of curiosity, but also the level of like how much of a pussy I am.
So if you're 90 years old and you have like a year left to live, are you gonna shoot up one time? Just be like, fuck it.
No, I don't think I'd do that.
I think you would die.
I would. You probably might.
Your heart would just like fucking burst.
But I would do some like shrooms or like, and that's not even that crazy, but like, you know what I mean? If I hadn't done it, then.
You haven't done shrooms yet, pussy. Just kidding. Neither have I.
Neither have I, Mom.
What are they called? Hallucinogenics? Scare me.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm gonna see some shit that I can't come back to.
I feel like
being sober.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like it would.
Sober Nick.
Like obviously there's a potential for it to like open your mind to like something new, and like a lot of people even talk about how like it improves their life in a way. But is it worth the risk of like putting yourself through something that like if it goes horribly wrong and then you have anxiety and shit for the next
I say we hit the
however long because
let's hit the intro and then let's start talking about let's keep this drug talk going because I'm really curious.
I was planning on just throwing this whole thing in the intro.
Yeah, Nick,
you want to edit the intro in at the beginning?
The gangbang discussion, all of it.
Well, I just wanted to say what's up and welcome back. I know it's been a while, and unfortunately we don't have tripods this time around because producer Drew, he took them for his grandma's 80th birthday. So, Granny, if you're watching this, happy birthday!
These aren't cold.
And
I put some
your grandson's a little shit for forgetting our tripods, but we love you, Drew. All right, so let's continue this drug talk.
Am I still in the? Am I in the shot right here, Drew?
Yeah. So as for hallucinogens, man, like I've heard people like it really like leads them down a path and like they open doors.
Yes, I am. Okay.
Doors to their like minds about like whether what they're doing is right and stuff. And I just know I've been doing a lot of bullshit and like I'm not really happy. So like I don't want to take any hallucinogens and find that out and like have to deal with
exactly. If you're doing good, you like might as well just not put yourself in the situation.
Yeah, like
What's doing good?
Well, I'm doing fake well. Like everybody's like, oh look Nick, how are you? And I'm like, I'm good. Nobody's ever like.
Has anybody ever asked you like, oh, how you doing? And then you'd be like, actually tell the truth. Like even if you're.
Yeah, actually.
I don't think I've ever been like, I'm good. Like I don't think I've ever not been like, I'm good. I've never once explained to somebody been like, yeah, I mean today.
You don't. I mean, just you don't gotta hold.
No,
I
think there has been a couple times where I'm like, yeah, I'm all right, and then they go, all right, like.
Maybe when I'm like
talking
to you.
We're not talking to that guy anymore.
Yeah.
Fuck it. It's like way to bruise up my day, man.
I don't want to be that guy that's like, I don't know.
Well, it depends who it is. If it's one of your coworkers and they're like, oh, how are you? You're like, good. But if it's like one of your best friends or something, and then they're like, how are you doing? You're like, honestly, like, I'm all right.
What if your coworkers are your best friends?
I don't know, man.
Then you're a fucking loser.
My coworkers are all like 40-year-old moms, so. Which is great.
I was about to say kids, but
I get
40-year-old kids.
No, the kids that he teaches. I was gonna say those are his coworkers, but obviously not.
No. I got you. No, my manager opens up to shit about her life.
See, that's weird.
But
that's
like,
very weird.
No, I've been close with coworkers
pretty tight
before.
knit.
Like, I don't know, kicking it. So.
Maybe it's my ego.
Yeah.
That and the fact that you
Do
work
you even have a job?
You work for your family-owned business.
That's so true. Yeah,
wait, what is your job? I don't even know what you do.
Well, not much now because I'm here because our business is up there. But when I started there, I basically just started in a warehouse because it's like a building material supply company. So we sell like, think of like a Home Depot type, but we sell to like basically only contractors, not like homeowners.
Yeah.
So it's just like a shipping and receiving, and we have like a storefront and stuff. So I just started in the warehouse doing, crappy work from when I was like 10 or whatever, but then just worked my way up.
That's child labor.
That's what I was like.
Your parents are fucked.
No, I would like come in and like sweep the warehouse, whatever, for like $20 for my parents to like.
Oh.
Or like if I wanted to buy a video game or something, my dad would be like, "Yeah, come and like clean this
Chores.
stuff."
That's what they call child labor nowadays.
Yeah, exactly.
But now I like monitor the tech systems, like the computer systems, because my parents are
How long
old
did it
and
take you
don't
to
understand.
sleep?
It's well, back then we had a smaller store. We have a bigger location now, so it would take me like I don't know, an hour or two. But
That's fair.
For a 10-year-old, $20 an hour is not bad.
Yeah, I know.
yeah,
There's prison labor that gets paid.
Yeah, they're out there fighting.
It's true.
They're out there fighting the fires for like 75 cents.
I was really hoping you'd be like, yeah, dude, I used to slave away for like 10 hours. And I'd be like, dang, not only do they use child labor, but that's also like slavery.
Can I get your guys'
My
opinion
parents
on
spoiled
that?
me. What?
How there's like prisoner firefighters that are like fighting out there and they're getting paid like 75 cents an hour.
I think it's
But
better
they get off. They also get like good behavior and time off their
It's literally
sentence
the
and shit.
opposite of the private firefighters.
Yeah.
That's so true. That's so true.
The private firefighters that the Kardashians pay millions of dollars to put out like
protect their house.
any little fires that might come around their home. And then you got like the prison laborers who are just
We're like, yeah.
using their bodies to put out the fire.
After I fight this fire, I have to go back in my cage, so I can't even enjoy the outdoors afterwards. So
I don't know
am
what
doing
my
this
take
for?
is on that.
Do you think there's any like prisoners that are like kind of on suicide
They get.
watch that they're like,
Wait a second.
They
wait.
get time off their sentences and things like that. Like,
So they get
and good behavior.
money and benefits.
Yeah, because they're part of like a work program. A lot of the prisoners that do it are
So
like a lot of them.
So that is something they sign up for.
Yeah, and not all of them even get to do it.
Okay, so they're not forced.
No,
to
they're
do
not
it.
forced.
do
Well,
they
then
have- do they have
how
any-
in the world would it be a bad thing?
Because people are like, oh, you're paying them below the minimum wage, 75
basically-
cents.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's not like forced. Like
Yeah.
if you don't think you get enough money
do
for
they
it, then
get
don't
like,
do it.
do they get
right?
proper equipment and like training? and
Yeah,
stuff?
no, they go out there with the firefighters and shit. They'd all just be fighting the fires. Like, all right, we're gonna go over this hill and fight the fire, and then they just book it.
That's what I was thinking.
Are they?
They like take off all.
Are they like
No.
chained up or like there's like all in like ankle to ankle, just like what,
They're all running for the fire.
like a
One of
shovel
them-
or something? Maybe?
One of them trips and they're like,
You're chained to one fat guy. I would just cut that bitch loose.
like he's trying to escape. Like, yeah,
I
the
mean,
fire.
I think if they're signing up for it, then like I don't see the problem. Because I mean that goes with anything. Like people were complaining about like Amazon not paying their employees enough or whatever. That happened a little while ago. It was like in the news. And it's like nobody's fucking making you work there.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't want to work there, you don't like the pay. You don't.
Yeah,
like,
but I don't think they
then
want
go
to
get
be in
another job.
prison.
Huh?
So like, I
don't think what?
I don't think they want to be in prison. So they're just trying to like.
Well,
do
then
that
don't
and
commit
take-
a crime and go to prison.
It's fair.
It's not that easy, dude.
It's not that easy.
No.
Damn.
Yeah, it's a hard knock life for those people, bro. We can't all get paid $20 to sweep our parents' shop when we're young.
Yeah.
Sometimes the streets raise you, and it's harsh out there, man.
I won't deny that. I was not raised by the streets.
Yeah.
What the fuck are we talking about?
We're talking about
Fires, drugs.
drugs initially, and just like, I don't know, we got off on a tangent. What's your take on the Juul pod?
Yeah.
We haven't talked about that
Fuck
yet.
the government.
Just
Like-
real quick. So, if you guys don't know, which you should, the government basically banned certain flavors of Juul Pod, like the really fruity ones, the mango, and I don't know which other ones, but basically
the
to
really
take it
fruity
away to deter underage users because it's been a big problem. But
I don't.
I don't agree with it either. But go
It
ahead.
doesn't make any sense. What I mean, did they say for sure mango they're taking away?
I think mango's like one of the big ones. Yeah.
Well, yeah, mango's like the best fucking
Yeah.
one. I don't get it. I really don't. I don't see how that has to do with anything. Like the flavor of the. I mean, I guess it's like. I don't know.
I understand.
If it's legal, like how, like why? I get like because originally it started with like them taking away like the ad campaigns and like
That-
social media.
that's
That
okay.
makes sense.
Makes
like,
sense.
That makes sense. Okay, don't advertise it, whatever. But like, how can if it's legal? How can they choose like what flavor?
flavors you're allowed
Like,
to
that
smoke?
makes, that's so dumb.
If you're 60 years old and you want to smoke a mango Juul,
And this whole like
What?
this whole
Like-
like kid like nicotine epidemic, I think is definitely like overplayed.
No, I
It's
think
pretty
it's
fucking
pretty
bad.
prevalent.
it's pretty
I guess
bad.
I don't hang out with much
I mean,
kids.
I don't hang out, but I've heard
At
shit
his,
about it.
at
like-
his elementary school, like kids are vaping.
Kids do
and
not
stuff.
have vapes at your school.
No. But like
It's just some like there's always just like a huddle of like 10-year-old kids in the bathroom. Just
at the middle school that's like right by it,
Uh-huh.
I guess it's like a huge problem.
Okay,
And that's a middle school, 6th, 7th, 8th graders.
But the problem, like, how are they getting them? Like, just somebody's buying for them, right?
Older brother
Yeah,
or
like an
something
older
like
brother
that.
being a little shithead who has a fake ID.
But it's bad because it's like it's one thing to smoke nicotine when you're 18, 19, 20, whatever. It's another thing when you're like 11 years old. Like that has to have some sort of
Yeah, I'm not saying it's good for kids.
No, I'm not saying you were, but I'm just saying like that's crazy. Like that's really not good. And it's so much different than cigarettes.
I don't know. I guess I didn't realize it was.
Because in cigarettes, it's like obviously a lot harder to hide. Smells like way more. All that. So if you're 12 years old and you want to smoke a cigarette, it's one thing. But you have a little thing that looks like a USB charger,
and it like cigarettes taste like shit too. They smell like shit. Like I think it's one of those things where it's like you're smoking them, and as a kid, it's like when the first time you drink alcohol, and it's like, oh fuck, that's disgusting. Why do people do this? I think it's the same with cigarettes. Meanwhile, you have a little mango Juul pod. You're like,
this is fun.
Tastes kind of nice. Little fruity.
Well, yeah, but that's everybody. That's not just kids. Like, I don't know.
No, I agree, but I think when you market it towards kids.
But what were they doing for market towards kids?
A lot of the marketing towards kids, it's like using younger people music, using younger people in
like
your
the whole 50 Nick video. The
Maddie fucking smokes.
Yeah, Maddie fucking. All
No,
these fucking guys.
but like it's common. It's like bright colors, like fast, like like
Sure.
ones
Okay,
that appeal to.
Okay, that's fine. Take that away, but like, don't take away my
Plus,
flavor.
flavor,
plus
yeah.
Juul rhymes with cool, so kids are pretty simple-minded. Juul.
I mean, Juul doesn't even need the advertising.
So they're gonna take away Mike's Hard Lemonade or what?
That's a good fucking point. Like, what's the difference? Like, oh, you're not allowed to make alcohol taste good now? Like, what? That's a very good point. I mean,
Thank
it's
you.
exactly the same thing.
Thank you so much.
No more chasers. Get rid of all mixers in
Yeah.
aisles. So basically, just get rid of like orange juice.
But like the
Soda.
Juul was going to lose $0 on the advertisement thing. If anything, they're going to save money because Juul does not need the advertisement.
Because
Because it's on
they-
every single social media page ever by just people
I
smoking.
feel like mango is the most popular, and they're
think
gonna
so,
lose
too.
some sales based off that.
Well, no, I'm saying the advertisement because like that was the original thing. Is like they're
Yeah.
not allowed to advertise, like because you were not allowed to have tobacco like commercials and shit either.
And it's fun. It's such an advantage as a company that sells like nicotine products, obviously, because like once you've got them, like they're on it. You know what I'm saying? You're not like McDonald's to where you're like, oh, like you have to keep encouraging them. Oh, buy our burgers, and then people get over it and they don't like it anymore. It's like once you got it, you got it. And
That's
when
true.
you have someone from 15 years old who starts smoking a Juul, and then like that's a customer for a long time, you know. How long does it take after you quit like nicotine to kind of not have like withdrawals or whatever?
Well,
to be back.
there's
Like,
two different sides, but there's like the physical side and then the mental side. So like the actual like addiction, the physical side, it's a certain amount of days. I think it might be like 7 days or 11.
See,
or something
I'm
like
at the part right now where I'm trying to build up a tolerance, so I just started chewing nicotine gum, and then I figured I'd work my way up, and then I can work my way back down.
He's just chewing nicotine gum for no reason.
Just catch it, you know.
Um,
Little head rush, little head buzz.
do they have mango and nicotine gum?
They probably do. I'm not sure, to be honest with you. I just get the Costco pack. Comes with the little mint ones.
Is nicotine gun bad for you?
I don't
good
think
for
so. I don't think
Well, I
so.
don't think I'm not saying it, but like, is it any worse than normal gum?
You think would it have like a dip?
Nicotine's like not bad for you.
But would it have like a dipping effect?
I don't think.
It is, but it
Yeah.
isn't.
Well,
I think nicotine's bad for you in that it can cause like emotional and like mental kind of problems in a way. Not like super. It's not going to throw you into some like crazy mental illness. But obviously, if you don't have it, then you're like more agitated and irritable, things like that, and you might be like
Oh, so you're
having a
saying
worse
like the
day.
side effects of it? Like,
Yeah,
like the,
I don't know if
withdrawals.
I don't think nicotine in itself is necessarily. If your brain's already fully developed, I don't think it's like
That's
bad
what-
for
yeah,
you.
so
But if you're a kid,
I'm just gonna
'cause,
start
like-
chewing nicotine gum now.
Because if vapes are bad for you, because we don't really know yet, like they haven't been out long enough to do like studies. Well, I'm sure they are because you're smoking and inhaling shit in your
Yeah.
lungs. But like, if the nicotine's not the bad part, what's the bad part? You know what I'm saying?
anything
I'm
that
looking
you're
at the
breathing
side
into your
effects.
lungs that isn't oxygen is like obviously not as good for it.
Right.
So all those prisoners who inhaled the black
Yeah,
smoke
exactly.
while putting out the fire.
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's chemicals in different smoke. There's YouTube videos where they have, I don't know if it's one guy or multiple people, where they take this like cotton ball thing and then they have it like inhale and exhale and whatever, and it's like after a certain amount of days or puffs.
They did that with a cigarette though, right? Or was
they did it with cigarettes, vapes, cannabis, you know. And
how did it look after marijuana?
Basically, I think the ones with marijuana and the vape were pretty, like the cigarette one, it's like the cotton balls are black by the end of it. It's like the vape one, it's like a little bit of a brown tint you see on it, but then there's a lot of moisture. There's a lot of moisture that gets trapped in there, and that's probably that can't be good to have like extra like moisture in your lungs. I mean, it's obviously not as bad as cigarettes, like I said, because the cotton balls were like black tar at the end of it. But it was kind of the same thing with weed, to where it was like had a little bit of a brown tint, and then like there was like moisture trapped inside, you know. But I mean, who knows if those fucking plastic tanks work the same as our, you know.
But I'm
lungs.
at the point where like I don't care. Is that bad?
Yeah. No.
What the fuck?
So I mean, at the end of the day, it's like, I don't know. It's like I don't know. We're all gonna die at one point, you know. Fuck it. I eat Chick-fil-A like 8 times a week, so that can't be good for me.
Like literally right there. Can you see the in and out in the frame?
I mean, I'm not one to tell people what to do. I would hope, like, the people that I care about don't do it. So, like, you're fine. No, but honestly, like, I think it is like a health concern, and I think if you were to talk to more doctors, they would be able to tell you XYZ people come in for this. Mm-hmm. And I don't think it's been around long enough to get like a full research study on it with like test subjects, but
well, because that was like how tobacco was. Like they didn't know for the longest time.
And I think
a while to like see the effects of it because it's not immediate.
And I think the vape industry has a big benefit of the argument of, well, it's not as bad as cigarettes. You know what I'm saying? To where,
well, I don't even know they can say that. Like it could be worse for all we know.
But as far as everyone knows right now, it's like a lot safer than cigarettes. So instead of being like, yeah, it's still bad for you, most people just point to cigarettes and be like, at least it's not cigarettes. But yeah, I mean, I think
the thing that they find in cigarettes that like is the most bad for you is like the tar and stuff like that.
Yeah, of course. I mean, that's horrible for your lungs and shit.
I don't know. It causes some of that cancer stuff too.
I think isn't it the tar that does it?
I don't know. I'm not my non-doctor expertise opinion. I think it's has to do with more like the tobacco and the nicotine you're constantly inhaling. So
no idea.
It's a lot of the chemicals that come with it.
I mean, I know that popcorn lung was a thing though with the.
That was bullshit.
Was it?
Yeah, it was total fraud.
Are you sure?
What?
Yes, the whole popcorn lung scare thing.
Popcorn.
When people like went in and died.
Educate me.
Died because of well, there was just like a story. Like when Juuls became like really popular, like right at the very beginning, they're saying people were dying from it. Like they're going in and having popcorn lung. It was all complete.
What the fuck is popcorn lung?
They were saying that because the Juul takes like heat because it heats it up or whatever the vapes. And because you were inhaling that hot smoke is putting holes in your lungs.
That's another thing too. As far as the chemicals go, they could be pretty like safe-ish. But at the end of the day, like the temperature at which you're breathing things in, whether it's weed or Juul, like you're breathing in hotter temperature than you're supposed to be.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's another factor that goes into it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that how bad it is for you. I don't think it's healthy for you, but my point is I don't really like care that much.
Yeah, I guess point is like. If you're underage, like don't be doing that shit, man. Just you're ruining the fun for
like
guys
steroids.
like this.
It's not going anywhere. These products are gonna be there. I mean, maybe except for mango. But
dude, I'm gonna do like.
Are you gonna stock up on the fruity flavors?
I don't know. When's it supposed to hit?
I don't know. I thought it might have been like. I mean, it's.
I feel like it might have already started.
That's what I
think. They
think.
have to like stop producing them. I think. I don't know.
I think so too.
I've done negative research on this.
I don't think it had to be like
headline.
It was kind of just like, all right, it's banned, instead of like it wasn't like a vote or something that has to go into action.
Yeah, see, that's crazy that they could just do that. Like it's so weird to me. Like, how do they have the power to tell them that?
I mean, I'm pretty sure the it's like obviously. I don't know if they are, but I'd assume like Juul or whoever is their parent company is gonna like sue the FDA or whatever.
I hope so.
But I mean, I don't know. It's kind of like how are you gonna ban a flavor? But
that's weird.
Whatever.
What else we got?
Talk about sports, or not yet.
We can talk about how much the Packers suck.
How much Packers suck.
Nobody really cares about that.
don't know if anyone cares about
Rams
Trump
are killing it.
banning,
Lakers back on their A game.
Oh.
Ever since getting Tyson Chandler.
Can we do overrated, underrated?
See, I was going to prepare
Sure.
for that, but I'll kind of just go off the wing. Do you guys have ideas of some teams that you think are too gassed up or?
Rams, overrated.
Okay, hold on,
Oh,
wait. Before we talk about this, Rams Chiefs on, I don't know if it's Sunday or Monday night.
Monday night.
Monday night. Who you got?
Chiefs.
It's in LA.
Chiefs.
It was. Oh, can we talk about how it was supposed to be in Mexico?
Yeah, and educate the people, Nick.
So, game was actually supposed to be played in Mexico City. This is going to be the Monday night football game. But I guess the conditions on the field were so bad that they moved the game back to LA. And need I remind you that LA is currently on fire. So they moved the game from Mexico, and like where the field conditions were so bad that they were like, fuck it. I know the city's on fire or whatever, but it's gonna be better than this. That is just an absolute slap in the face to whoever's working on that field in Mexico.
What
Go
was
fix
so
your
bad?
shit.
Was it like muddy or something?
Yeah, a lot of players were saying that they weren't going to play because they just kept slipping during practice. They were afraid of injury, and they were like, I'm going to sit this game out.
Oh.
Yeah, which
don't
makes
think-
sense, and I think,
Yeah, I mean, I would
totally.
be worried about that too.
Yeah, so they'd rather get like black tar lung from playing in LA where there's a bunch of smoke in the air. And
Yikes.
So I think I'm going to take the Rams.
Rams all day, baby.
I think I'm going to take the Rams because the Chiefs have the better offense.
Does that have the spread there?
No.
Yeah, I'll pull that up.
I think it's 30. It's
Go
3
ahead,
Rams.
and, go ahead and give me your take on why the Rams are overrated.
Because they haven't played a good team. Besides the Saints, and they lost.
They played the
Let me go ahead
Chargers.
and look up their whole.
Chargers are pretty good this year, yeah. But that was one game.
It was an early game, too.
Yeah, and the Chargers have been doing better recently than they did in the beginning.
Yeah, do you think the Chiefs can keep up on defense? Because obviously the Chiefs have the best offense in the league, but Rams are great on offense and on defense.
I think
and the
good on
Chiefs,
both.
I feel like the Chiefs or the Rams defense is good enough to like slow down the Chiefs offense, and then the Rams offense is going to like kind of steamroll over the
I will
Chiefs.
say that maybe it's a little too soon on the Rams, but it wasn't like they got blown out by the Saints.
It's a good game.
They barely beat the Packers. They barely beat the Seahawks.
When they were perfect up until then. I will say they beat the Vikings. The Vikings are great.
The Vikings are trash. We tied with the Vikings.
Vikings are a good team.
Vikings
still.
are a good team.
No, they're not.
You can't compare it to divisional matchups because
You're
divisional
wrong.
matchups, even if they're not, when division teams play, it's like one team could be a better team and still lose because the coaches just know the team so much, and it's like, I don't know,
They're overrated.
Anyway, they're going to be having some good matchups coming up. They got the Chiefs. They got the Bears, Eagles. So they'll get tested a little bit, but I don't
I
know.
bet you they go loss.
Yeah, you want to bet?
even the Eagles.
Loser has to do the next podcast.
Eagles out, the Eagles out.
Loser has to do the podcast in their underwear.
Wait, what are we like? You're saying they win all 3?
You just said loss.
Well, I know, I'm saying
you're the
what's
one.
your side?
You're the one on the big top. I just as soon as they win a game, that's it. You're going in your
That's
underwear.
not a fair bet.
That's what you said, though. Don't tell me loss, and then not be able to back that up, big boy.
So you're just saying they just have to win one game.
Yeah, that's what you said. You said they're overrated, that they're going to go loss. Back it up.
I'm confident with the.
You're not confident
the
enough
Bears.
in your body and your boxers, apparently.
Nobody wants to see that. And I'm not confident.
I can think of a couple people who want
And then,
What was that?
anyways.
I do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I want the Rams
1
to win a
and
couple
2.
games. Not because, like,
No,
they
I
have a nice
support the
body.
Rams. I like the Rams. I just think the hype on them is like way too much.
Well,
What's
when
the
you're
flaw?
You're the only undefeated team in the NFL. You're going to be a little bit overhyped.
Are they
But
undefeated?
they lost.
Well, they were
Okay, yeah,
going
yeah,
into this
no.
week.
No, they were 8-0, lost to the Saints.
And now they're no longer the number 1 on the power ranking, so...
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so...
What's your flaw in the Rams that people aren't seeing?
It's not like one flaw. It's just like I don't think they're like just generally as good. Like people say their offense is great and their defense is great, like you just said. And
Sports.
I said it's good. They're good. They
Um,
hadn't been tested until they played the Saints and they lost.
Womp womp.
They're a great team. They're a good team.
Texans are 6-3. Overrated, underrated, or okay, they're not underrated.
division is-
Overrated or rated correctly.
That whole division is trash, so it doesn't matter. They're going to make it to the playoffs because they have the Colts, the Jags, and...
I think the Titans are the
the
best team in
Titans.
that division, but they're 5-4,
Yeah.
and the Texans are 6-3.
We'll see.
What happened to the Jaguars? They kind of just
Jaguars.
fell off.
They're the Jaguars.
That was my preseason favorite.
They just fell off.
They're the
Bortles.
Jaguars.
Bortles just
Shocker.
yeah.
Shocker.
Jaguars
Shocker. Shocker.
They were really good last year, man.
No, they weren't. They barely got into the playoffs.
They almost beat the Patriots to make it to the Super Bowl. But they didn't. But the key word is almost. If you can compete with the Patriots, you're a pretty fucking good team. Especially in what is that? NFC Championship?
Yeah, but the Patriots are like
AFC.
the Patriots like lose to the Titans sometimes. Like the Patriots, that's how they are. You know what I'm saying? Like the Patriots can lose the easiest.
They usually will have like one
in the
game
playoffs,
in a year.
Not in the playoffs, no.
They'll usually have one game in a year where they'll get beat by some team that's not good, and then people are like, "What the fuck?" Like,
Oh, yeah,
the
every
Patriots
year.
get exposed, and then Tom Brady's like, "Chill, fool.
Well, they've had
I'm
two
Tom
this
Brady."
year.
Yeah. No, I agree. That's what I'm saying. Like nothing wavers the Patriots. So like the fact that they were close doesn't mean anything. That's what I'm saying.
I get what you mean, man. 91,000 pounds of raw turkey have been recalled and amid salmonella outbreak. Are you gonna have turkey this Thanksgiving, or are you scared?
I'm gonna have
Salmonella,
turkey.
if I
I'm gonna
said
have
that
turkey.
right.
I got salmonella poisoning in Fiji when I was on vacation.
You ate a turkey in Fiji?
I did not have turkey. Well, to be honest with you, I don't know what the fuck I was eating there because it was all.
Did you have Fiji water?
I did. It's all we drink.
Whoa, bro.
Yeah.
That's all you drank? You
Like, yeah, I'm going to have the pasta and then a Diet Coke. Like, sorry, we only have Fiji water. Like, oh, really?
No, they like serve it to you in your room. Like,
Do they actually like have the Fiji water brand?
Oh yeah, like when
they're
that's
hyped
all
on
I
it?
drank. Like that's all the water we drank was like Fiji water.
What if you requested like, hey, can I get like a Dasani? Would they just slap you in the face?
They're like, come
I
with
did not
us,
see
and
it.
then they just take you to some room and just fucking murder you right
But
there.
it was expensive. though.
Start tasing you.
Like, how
was
is it expensive? It's right
That's
there.
what I'm
like-
saying. I don't know. It was super expensive.
Like, sorry,
$8
shipping
a bottle.
costs.
It was
Shipping costs, bro.
like $8 a bottle.
Because they know that everyone wants to take a picture with it, and so they're like,
I was almost that guy, but I had
You have to.
contain myself. I did.
Yeah, like Ryan needed to iron his clothes when he was in Fiji, and they brought him a bottle of Fiji water to throw in his iron.
they're like, oh, this is gonna be the straightest your shirt
Well, no,
has
because we
ever
were
been.
so scared to like drink any like the tap water and stuff. You know, like that's what they say not to do.
Right.
But the food got me, man. My whole family, me, my mom, and my sister, my dad's.
They just all had the shits.
everything, bro. Like
Yeah,
it was so bad.
let's not describe that for everybody.
But it was bad. We got in like the third day before we left. It was like my mom had to go to like the CDC because it was like since we were in a foreign country.
The CCC, I love California Chicken Cafe.
Is that where you got salmonella? I thought you were in Fiji.
Anyway,
Stupid.
you guys want to just finish up with like a what are we thankful for? You know, this is probably gonna come out around Thanksgiving time.
Let's see. I'm thankful for mango flavored Juuls.
Well, now you're not.
R.I.P.
In
Free
peace.
free mango Juuls. I don't know. I'm not thankful for anything. I'm conceited and I'm a narcissist.
So shouldn't you be thankful for everything?
No, because
No,
it doesn't
he
deserve
He
me.
doesn't need anything.
Yeah.
He's thankful for himself.
But so you're
He deserves everything.
But like then what you have has to be great, right?
Yeah. Exactly. I'm thankful that my house didn't burn down. I'm
Well, yeah,
thankful.
that's really great because you live in San Diego.
Hey, Septo, bro. I don't know, man. I'm thankful for capitalist America.
I like that.
What are you thankful for?
Nick, you go.
Nick, you go.
I'm thankful for my 10-0 fantasy team.
That is bullshit.
I've scored more points than
I
you.
have absolutely what
It's
was
more
that
points than
term
you.
we used earlier? Ran
I
a
have more
train
losses than you.
on the league.
Yeah, you kind of did.
Yeah, it's really unfair. Shout out Dom for telling me a couple moves every once in a while and keeping me up to date because I totally lose track during the week.
So, like, what if you guys win? How are you going to split the money? Like 90-10?
No, keep it.
Yeah.
We were in the scene together from the start.
Tell Dom, bro, you're like, hey, Dom, we just won the $50 pot, bro. Here's your 25, man. He's like, gee. He's
like,
thanks,
bro.
He's like, wait, didn't we,
If
like,
you
pay
give me
this
a Jersey
much?
Mike sandwich, like, we're all good. We're all good. It's my boy.
Jersey Mike's is overrated.
Oh, we can discuss that later. But no, that and
You have to
I
shout
guess-
out. You have
I
to
think-
shout out
I
your
think,
girl.
shout out Camp Flognaw for hosting Kitsy Ghost. That shit was so lit.
Wait, how was that? How was Camp Flognaw? Let's
So-
talk about that real quick.
Well,
So you were fitted up.
Day one was
Showed up, fitted up, looking crispy.
Fitted up, fitted out. Shout out Stone Island.
Shout out for making it on. Was it
StockX?
StockX.
Yeah. Honestly, that shit was fake. StockX, if you're watching this, I bought that shit. It was fake. You posted me. You didn't even know. Nobody can call me out, but that shit was fake as shit. You think I'm gonna spend $500 on a sweater? Nah, fam. That shit ain't me.
Damn.
Really, it was fake.
Yeah, it's fake.
I don't know what you were wearing. What were you wearing?
Stone Island, like Drake wears that company. It's like $500 for those sweaters.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So like they saw me and Daniel, and Daniel was wearing like an expensive ass long sleeve, and they just pulled up and they were like, "Hey, can we take a photo of you guys for StockX?" And me and Daniel were like, "Fuck yeah, of course." And then when we got the photo, and we're like, "Yo, are these people just like trolling us?" And then we made it, and it was like, "Oh, lit."
Shout out you.
So, the sets and everything. Who was the headline the first day?
SZA, but
That must have been ecstatic.
Well, Pusha T was on the other stage.
No, I fuck with SZA.
SZA's the shit. I mean, she had a good set. Pusha was on before on the other stage, and I guess he murdered too. I didn't see because I had to like stay with my brother, and he was really excited to see SZA. So, well, all's well that ends well. Especially because day 2 was the most lit with Post and Kids See Ghosts going back to back. Because Post has just got the anthems, everybody's singing along, everybody's having like a good time and a good mood. And then Kids See Ghosts came out, and I didn't know what to expect. It was either going to be very hit or miss, and it fucking hit.
Were you watching Kanye when he did the...
Bro, we couldn't stop. Because, I mean, I'm not going to just look at Cudi that whole time and like just mumbling or humming. I'm like looking around, like seeing the people, everybody around me. Exactly.
Yeah, how was like the difference between Cudi and Drake? Kanye.
Honestly, they worked really well together. Because I mean, I think Kanye definitely stole the show.
Yeah, they should make music
like,
together.
His non-stop dance moves.
Yeah, bro, that shit was. He looked like a.
It looked like
puppet.
it was the exorcism of Kanye West. That's what it looked like.
Everything he does, people just get so hyped for though.
Yeah.
Like I saw the video of it and I was like, that looks so stupid. And then I saw like another video like where the crowd was like in the video and everybody was stupid hyped for that. And I was like,
bro, if you were there, you would have felt it. Plus, I mean,
was that box thing like over the crowd or was it?
No, it was up on the when it started, they dropped it because nobody had any idea what they were going to do. This is their first performance. It's Kanye's first since the St. Pablo tour where he was starting his rants and they kicked him off. So nobody knew what to expect. They dropped the curtain like 2 minutes after like he was supposed to come on, so it wasn't like we were waiting forever. They dropped the curtain and you just see 2 guys in a box like kind of like, and you're like, holy fuck, like this shit's happening right now. And then the father stretched my hands like, you're the only, like starts up and then everybody's like, oh shit, this is what the fuck they're opening with. As soon as that, if Young Metro don't trust you, like fucking just everybody just boom, like bouncing, everybody's shaking. And I think for the first 10 minutes I forgot where I was, like what I was doing, who I was, like, and I was just literally like an entity like in the crowd, and then
just all perceiving,
and like finally like I just like stopped and I took in the moment. I was like, holy shit, this is awesome.
That's crazy. That's like a crazy iconic duo to be able to say you've seen.
Yeah, and because you're a big Kanye guy.
Huge Kanye stan.
But Aryan was having a blast. Shout out Aryan.
Yeah.
Shout out Sonatalk.
It was his birthday, so shout out Aryan.
Happy birthday again, Aryan.
Both the Sonatalk guys were there. A lot of fun hanging out with
Willie?
you guys.
Good guy?
He was having a good time. He was having a blast. Definitely fucked with some memes over there with him. So.
That's funny.
Yeah, so thankful for that. That was a great weekend. All the fuck you, Kanye, for postponing your album again. It better be fucking good, bitch.
This one's called... What is it?
Yandi.
Yandi.
Oh yeah, when's that supposed to be?
Oh, is that the one 6ix9's on?
It was supposed to be your birthday.
Right. I was like, damn, Kanye's dropping an album for my birthday.
Is that
and then he was like, oh, it's Ryan's birthday. I'm not trying to overshadow that. And then he postponed it to
like,
Black Friday. And then he had his show. And then he goes, now after...
It's not ready yet.
Well, he said, yeah, after the show, I realized I could be more creative and it still needs more work. What the fuck did you go to Africa then for, bitch?
He went to Africa?
Yeah, okay. Uganda. And, like, to give out the shoes and then...
Oh, okay.
And then he went to Africa and he, like, stayed there and worked on the album and, yeah.
Do we have anything else?
You're thankful. What are you thankful for, bitch?
There was another thing that I wanted to say.
I was going to ask a question, but I forget. Oh, is Yandi the one with 6ix9ine on it? And
Supposedly, yeah, I think so.
Was that like a?
Well, I think for sure because 6ix9ine and Kanye were shooting a music video together, and it got like shot up. I don't know if you heard that. What? Yeah, because it was just like these gangsters or whatever that were out for 6ix9ine or something. You didn't hear about that?
Nope. But did you see that video of 6ix9ine dancing with his 10 bodyguards around him?
Yeah, and did you see the one where he walks down the stairs and he had the sunglasses on? That shit, he's funny as fuck.
He's a fucking clown.
No, he's a meme.
Super clown.
He's a meme. Yeah, I'm excited for that because Kanye's the type to be like to work with these artists that other big industry guys are gonna be like, what the, like, you're working with him, like, the fuck. So that's gonna be interesting seeing
Trying to get back.
how they mesh together. And I'm excited for. I'm pretty sure X is on Yondi's or on Yondi too, so that's gonna be cool.
Not the biggest. I mean, I've never really gotten into X. So.
I'm a huge X stan, so R.I.P.
What are you doing for Thanksgiving?
Going back to SD, eating turkey, getting salmonella.
Dealing with that.
Yeah, dealing with that.
Football
Whatever entails that. Yeah, football. Probably gonna. The death of my fantasy team could be this week. Oh, I discovered this website. Pretty damn cool. You enter in like your league ID, and it gives you. It takes like all the teams, their points scored, their record, all that stuff, and it creates like power rankings like week to week, and then it also gives you your playoff odds. So right now I'm 4-6, but there's like 4 or 5 teams that are in the running for that last playoff spot, and so I have like an 18.1% chance at making it.
Right.
But if I lose this week, it's probably going to go to 0.
Because our playoffs is top 4, right?
I'm pretty sure it's the same way because I was talking about my other league, but because I'm sure my team's like 2-8 in our league. Yeah, because I got Levy on, and then but the same way it's like the winner of each division goes, and then the next 2 best teams regardless of division. So it could be 3 teams and 1 team in a division and things like that. So
see you in the playoffs, Nick.
Okay, I'll see you when you're in your underwear on the next podcast after the Rams win just one game. Just one on Sunday, and then you'll just have to be in his underwear at the next one.
Okay, final score. Okay.
I'm pretty sure if we say Ryan Christensen in his underwear this episode, people will tune in.
Why do all of these things have to be about me? Like, why am I always the one doing it?
Because you never put the mic up your ass, so you're on call.
We didn't get the fucking...
All right, this one was off the whim right now, off the cuff.
Shut up.
This one was off the cuff because
No respect.
you were talking that shit, so I was like, all right, then back it up. For him, when you said about shoving the mic up your ass, I don't know what he was insinuating. I still look back on that and I'm like, that's probably one of the weird things. If we ever make it, people are going to be like, what the fuck happened in episode 2 where Ryan Longoria said he was going to shove Nick's mic up Christensen's ass?
At that point, I'll just be like a disgraced celebrity.
I just want to point out that was your weird thing that you said, and this is also your weird thing.
No, I endorse it again.
Weird,
if we ever get $15,000,
an underwear episode would be funny. I think more people would tune in. I think it'd be like, OMG, I know that guy.
What about a Snuggie episode?
A Snuggie?
What about a Tuggy episode?
What are those little blanket things that Allie has? Like they're like a hoodie, but they're like
the Tuggy.
Is it a Tuggy?
No, the Tuggy's.
I want a Tuggy for Christmas.
A Tuggy's a Snuggie.
Let's do a Tuggy episode, guys.
That's for your dick.
That sounds really bad.
It's a Snuggie for your dick.
A rub Tuggy.
Well, I have the Beach Borat suit, so.
Oh my god.
Weird flex.
Did you ever? You saw that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a night.
Final score predictions: Chiefs Ram. So we have something to go back on.
Okay. 28-21 Chiefs.
I'm going to say 35-31 Rams.
100-0 Rams. Let's go. Fire it up, boys. Ryan's going to get fucking naked on the next episode.
Not me. Happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy your breaks. Don't smoke Juuls or you will die. And fuck you.
All right. Terrible episode.
Great episode.